We organize many such gathering and such sharing. And I'm very surprised that many people bring me a lot of opportunity. I'm now become a speaker. All right, they bring me opportunity to be interviewed on radio. They bring me opportunity to interview by the press. They bring me project opportunity, and they bring me a lot of leads on new project opportunity in my business. Skill first is a movement, all right? So the training that we conduct, it has to be focused on skill.
Right.
The moment you master the skill, all right, you have it for your life. And after the course, you got all your fundamental, all the skills that you need. I want to help others to build communities.
Right.
Because if they can build a community, they have their own network.
Hello, team. Welcome to this week's episode. Would you agree that our environment often feels increasingly busy? We're feeling more anxious, there's so much noise, and we're even acting more individualistic. All of it leads me to ask, is there still a place for the warmth of the Kampong spirit, a sense of community, if you like? Can the simple power of connecting with friends be the key to meaningful growth in today's professional landscape? Well, we're very blessed and incredibly privileged to explore these questions with a true pioneer in this space. So please join me in welcoming our special guest, Mr. Steven Koh, founder of the Community of Learning Singapore, as he's going to help walk us through what's been a 3-decade-long journey for him, where he's been fostering real learning and building a supportive community grounded in the very heart of Singaporean values. Steven, first of all, a huge welcome to the ET Project.
Yes, thank you very much, Wayne, for having me in as part of your podcast.
It's our pleasure. And I know my accent quite often trips up many people, so feel free to pause me or ask me to speak slower whenever needed. You won't offend me.
Yes.
We're going to talk a lot about your community of learning and upskilling. We'll probably refer to it as COL for the audience, just to be aware. But you've built this community from ground zero, basically, into what it is today, which is seen, as I see it at least, a thriving ecosystem. We're going to talk more about that, but before we dive into the details, as I mentioned, 30 years in business, working in adult education in that industry, I'm sure there's been a lot of experiences.
Yes.
Was there anything along that journey that convinced you to look deeper at community? Was there something missing that you identified, or was there a need for stronger community? What was the impetus for the whole focus on community?
I've been in the training industry since 1994 when I first started my training business.
Right.
And I always feel working alone. Just doing my best in my training program, helping my learners. And I thought it would be wonderful if we can come together and really learn, share our learning, and doing well in life. So I feel that the loneliness is something that I feel every day, and I hope that we can build a community.
Yeah, I can
that we have.
I can associate with what you're talking about, right? It can be a very lonely experience when you're working by yourself, particularly as a solo entrepreneur. And the whole concept of coming together and being able to share the journey, I'm sure, is appealing to many people.
especially when things are getting more and more challenging with the new world.
Yeah.
I think it's important to come together to share our collective wisdom and also
Mm.
give each other the support that we all need to do well in life.
By the way, congratulations, I should say at the outset. I mean, I mentioned the COL, the Community of Learning and Upskilling, 10-year anniversary back in August this year, I believe. So congratulations. I mean, that's a journey.
Thank you. Yes, it has been quite a long journey. 10 years is not a short period of time. We have
Yeah.
organized a lot of events, a lot of meetups. We have interact with many of our members.
Right.
The conversation, I still can remember all the conversations, things that we share. Really, it's a very long journey, not a short one, definitely.
So we're talking 2015 when you first started. Is there one big way that the community has defied your original expectation when you first started this whole journey? Has there anything popped out and
No,
surprised you?
when I first started, my original intent is a very simple one, to get all my friends to come together to learn, attend seminars or training program together. Because as a training professional, I attended a lot of seminars, a lot of training programs. And very often, I went alone. I come back alone. All right. I thought it would be wonderful if I can get a group of people to go with me. And after we are back, we can share our learning
Mm.
and we can apply our learning and doing well. What surprised me after 10 years is these little small thoughts has grown into a big movement that I am now facing, handling, by a simple act of organizing and getting people together. It has turned out to be a big blessing in my life. I still can
Mm.
recall my first meeting. I called a group of 10, 12 friends. I booked a place in a cafe in the afternoon. I pay for the food. I
Yeah.
gather everybody and say, okay, let's start learn together. That was how we first started. And after that, we organized many such gathering and such sharing. And I'm very surprised that many people bring me a lot of opportunity. I'm now
Mhm.
become a speaker. All right, they bring me opportunity to be interviewed on radio. They bring me opportunity to interview by the press.
Yeah.
They bring me project opportunity, and they bring me a lot of leads or new project opportunity in my business. So I'm very thankful how a small act can turn into such a movement at this moment.
And still growing. So
Yeah.
just the start of the journey in many ways, I'm sure. One of the things, Stephen, that jumped out to me when we first met is that you're a big believer in the need for lifelong learning.
Yes.
Um, and when I look at your bio and everything that you've achieved, you have a lot of qualifications. You definitely practice what you preach around this need for the continuous learning approach. Did did the formal training and all the qualifications that you acquired, like in adult learning and the principles, have they influenced your approach to creating this informal Kampong spirit in your community?
Certainly, because I attended a lot of training. So a lot of them are classroom training. So after the 2 days, I feel that we have learned the knowledge, we have
Mm.
the practice in class, but the real learning start after class. So I thought it will be wonderful if we can gather all my classmates to continue applying our what we have learned after the course.
Mm.
And we can share our application, we can support everybody.
So this is the informal approach, right? This is,
Yes,
and
yes,
for the audience, you may have wondered what I was saying. Kampong spirit.
yes. Learn together
Yeah,
and
right.
apply together. We can attend the course together, and then after that we apply together. We share our experience, and I think that will make learning even more effective and
Right.
more meaningful. Yeah.
And there's another Singaporean Malay expression or word, kaikis,
Kaki.
K-A-K-I, kaiki.
Kakis. Yes.
Yeah,
Kampong kakis. Yes.
right. What does that mean? Is that
I
an
think it
extension of
means
what we've spoken
it,
about?
it means friends.
Friends.
We are all
Okay,
friends in life.
right,
All
right.
right, we share our life journey together. I thought it would be wonderful if we can cheer each other on. We can share what we have with each other. I think that will be a very rewarding experience to have.
There's normally a connection. I know with many of the guests that I speak with, the whole impetus or journey started with the prompting from other friends or
Yes.
mentors or
Yes.
coaches, whatever brand we like to give them. Was there anyone in your life, your journey, who sort of opened your eyes to the value of community and friendship?
In fact, I always look for a mentor in life.
Mm.
I always love to learn from others. But I'm afraid I look around. I really can't find a mentor. I still remember when I first started in 1994. I was a junior. I'm completely new in business.
Right.
I attended a lot of training program, but I hope somebody can mentor me. But I didn't have the opportunity. So 20, 30 years down the road, I would like to offer this opportunity to whoever needs a mentor, because
Mm.
a mentor cuts short the learning curve, because a mentor knows the way,
Yeah.
and it will be a big blessing to have a mentor in our life to guide us, to cut short our learning path, to help us to overcome some of the obstacles, and to give us the confidence to go for our passion in life.
And I know you do this with a degree of passion as well.
Yes.
So we have a mutual friend who you mentor at the moment. We won't
Yes.
talk names, but
Huh?
so you're constantly out there offering your services to mentor others. And as you say,
Mm,
it really helps
mm,
shorten the learning journey
mm.
for many people. So I think it's a very credible
Yeah.
approach. One of the other elements that I've heard you mention multiple times is you talk about you feel blessed. And I think you
Yes.
mentioned it earlier today as well. You feel
Mm.
blessed, and it's sort of central to your story from what I can see. Why do you feel blessed? What is it that gives you this sense?
Oh, I feel blessed because we have many people who show love to me. They bring me opportunity, they
Mm,
supported me, and we become great friends in life. And in the community, we have a lot of people. You can access to a lot of people.
yes, there's what, over 5,000, I believe.
Yes, yeah. So we can actually meet everyone to come together for a social learning session to learn something from them. And
Mm,
imagine just everyone is a teacher to us. We
right.
can learn from them. And secondly, we can also share our knowledge with them. We can bless them with our knowledge. So it's
Mm,
both ways. The
yeah.
blessing is tremendous. And if you go on to social media, you can connect with a lot of people. And this is abundant. And we have abundance. We will no longer have to live with scarcity. The people have to fight for things. Where we can build a world where everybody can share. And the more we share, the more blessing will come back to us. And that's my experience.
Mm. I can imagine where you were 10 years ago, you had a vision of how
Yes.
this would all evolve. And, and I'm guessing the vision as well as the journey has evolved, right? So um, things like kindness, patience, joy. What do you think, maybe feel about the success that you've experienced so far with the community? Beyond the numbers, we mentioned 5,000 people plus in your community. Is there something that you feel deeply about the community beyond just those numbers?
Oh, I'm very happy to see many of them after joining community of they become good friends.
Right.
They organize outing together.
Mm,
They widen the circles. They are being updated with the latest development in the industry.
yeah.
Yeah, they feel supported, and I think we have many people become great friends to community of learning, and I myself have uh, a big circle of very COL friends that I made over the last 10 years. And these
Yeah.
friendships are valuable. I'm thankful for them. Yes.
Back to the blessing, the whole premise of
Yeah.
feeling blessed,
Yeah.
right?
Friendship is
The,
something
the
that
thing that,
is a big
yeah,
blessing, and we really connected with each other, and we become very great friends in life.
uh, a very typical coaching question for you. But this journey is probably similar to many journeys that we've been on. If we were to go back to the beginning, is there a piece of advice that you would give yourself today um, at that moment of commencing the community? Is there any advice you would, based on your 10 years experience, is there any advice that you would offer
Hmm.
yourself?
I would have started the community way before 2015. I should have started the first thing in my career, in my life.
Right.
Uh, that will open up to a big community of contacts of friends who can support me. So that's is what I'm thinking that I should have started long ago. But it's also not too late. I started in 2015. I have no regret. It was just a simple thought. I took the first step, and now it has grown into a certain size, and I'm happy about it. Yes.
There's an old expression, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second
Yes.
best time is now. I guess,
Well, that's life.
yeah, yeah. You started 10 years ago, and you can
Uh,
see now the fruits of your labor.
yes.
Is there a story that comes to mind about one of the members of the community about their transformation um, during this 10-year period?
Yes, certainly. I share a story, a very beautiful story. Uh, I met my best friend, Sean, to community of learning. Sean Tan is my fellow admin in community of learning.
Right.
Yeah, I first know him about 8 years ago when he started his career as a trainer after he finished his corporate tour.
Hmm.
He is a wonderful friend. After 8 years, we met regularly. We supported each other. We shared our perspective of running the community. We've been through a lot in life,
Right.
and he's one of my best friends. And I've learned a lot from him, and I'm always thankful. When he first started, I actually worked together with him because he was new then. As I started connecting with him, I introduced him to different training organizations, and we have many wonderful conversations together. So you asked me, this is one of my most touching story. Yeah, he's my elder in my life, I would say. Yeah, I learned a lot from him, and then I think this is one of the wonderful things I cherish a lot. Yes.
Yeah, I can understand that. And we mentioned mentors earlier. I guess Sean is probably informal mentor, maybe.
Yes,
And
yes. I think he has shared a lot of his perspective,
right,
because he is a very experienced professional in corporates.
okay.
He had been through a lot in life, so he shared a lot of things. But
Hmm.
we don't agree. We don't agree all the time. But we debated, we shared, and we really embraced a different perspective. And I really learned a lot from him. Yes, and I'm very, very thankful to him for being with me in this 8 years journey in community building. It's a tough journey, in fact.
Right.
We sat down and looked at some of the challenges, and he's always a very loyal friend, someone who always stay by me, and I'm thankful for that.
Hmm. We can never have enough people like that in our lives. I'm
Yes.
not sure in Singapore if you've heard the expression, but we often talk about our personal board of directors
Yeah.
in our own lives, just similar to what a corporation might have.
Yes.
And my own experience is the more we surround ourselves with people who can share their perspective, as you said, we may not always agree, but
Yes.
the more we can see alternate perspectives, the deeper our insights, is my
Yes.
experience. Yeah. So very, very nicely said. The community, the COL that you founded, has also created opportunities for you. I remember reading about Facebook, and they have an international community leadership circle, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Back in 2018,
Yes.
somebody nominated you and they selected you to represent Singapore in this leadership circle. What was the most valuable lesson that came out of that for you? I mean, a great honor, congratulations.
Okay.
But what was the lesson that came from that opportunity?
In 2018, yeah, applied to be the community leadership circles of Facebook for Singapore. I'm very thankful I was selected, and we've attended the community leadership circles training by Facebook, and I flew to Berlin. I met all the leads from different cities in the world.
Hmm.
The first thing I felt then was, wow, there are so many people who are so kind-hearted to volunteer their time to serve
Right.
others. It's amazing. And I see the world is so big. And there are so many of them. And many of them are growing communities who are quite big size. Some of them are as big as 1 million. And they
Wow.
are contributing greatly to their cities. They're doing a great job to support everybody. And I thought there is still a lot for me to learn, because I first started in 2015. 2018, I was just about 2 to 3 years in the community
Okay.
building. There is a lot of things I need to learn.
Right.
How can I get my community organized? Right? How can I give everybody a purposeful, a rewarding learning experience, given a diversified world?
Mm-hmm.
And how can I demonstrate what love, kindness is be, and how can I win? I would say, how can I get a buy-in for a majority of people? So for that, I feel that there's a lot to learn. So when I come back to Singapore, I started the circles, and I really put a lot of effort in reflecting what I've done in the community. Of course, some of the plan works.
Mm.
Some reflected how can I be better? Be mindful that there isn't any solid community building training. Though I went through Facebook training, which is very good, but there's still a lot more in building a community when we start building. So I think consciously learning is important.
Again, the lifelong learning, being intentional about the learning. There's so many sound principles that you've brought into the community of learning. There's one thing that a couple of expressions or a couple of terms that the learning community knows quite well. One of them is the term VUCA, V-U-C-A.
Yes.
The other is a more modern or a more recent term called BANI, B-A-N-I. Both of them really defining the challenges that we're facing in business in the world. You've put your own twist on the term BANI, and I used some of the words when we were doing the opening, right? Busy, anxious, or anxiety, noisy, individualistic. Can you share a story how you saw this BANI reality playing out in your community?
You can see nowadays everyone is busy. That's the first B. They are busy because they have a lot of responsibility. First, some of us are doing caregiving. This is a huge responsibility. Some of us have to take care of young children at home. Some of us, in fact, most of us must work to ensure our financial sustainability. Yes. And so everybody is really, really very, very busy. And that's a challenge. How can they get them to do something where they are so packed? Secondly, angry. I thought was angry or anxious. They don't like to. I think there are a lot of frustration in life given the current world situation. Yes. So we sometimes become very angry, including myself, of what we see the world and what it should be. So anger quietly creeping in our heart, and we are putting out, and we are storing it. All right. The next one that is noisy, because there are so many WhatsApp groups, there are so many community groups, and there are so many messages. You have so many friends on your handphone. Yes, it is quite a noisy world, right? And I is individualistic. We begin to start thinking of ourselves now. A lot of us are more individual focused to handle our busy and our life. So if you were to ask me, how can we handle this situation in the I think as a community, we need to help everybody to handle this BANI's environment that we are doing. So how can we handle ourselves? So after 10 years, I've changed the way we run the community, and we use the 4S model. 4S model. First, if you are busy, it's important to slow down. Yes, slow down our life. Take care of our self-care. All right. If we're angry, we have to manage ourselves, because it's just really natural to be upset with what happened around us. It's just human. So we have to remind ourselves to be the next as steady. All right. Steady, keep our cool. All right. That's important. And the next thing is noisy, right? Noisy. Yes. There's a lot of noise. There are a lot of messages out there on social media. Therefore, it's important to keep things very simple so that people can understand, people can digest it easily. So keep things simple, very, very simple, so that you don't overload everybody given such overflowing information overflowing. And finally, the last S, individualistic. Yes, take care of yourself. Start small and dream big. Micro is beautiful. Start with micro intentions, so that these are small intentions that we can manage. Every morning as we wake up, we start with a small intention or a micro intention, which is a term that we we are sharing, we are start with a small intention, something that we can manage,
Mhm.
and something we can be achievable.
Right.
And I think with this 4S model, I think we will be able to have the peace, the inner peace that we have in life. And let's practice the 4S. Let's slow down, be steady, keep things simple, keep things small, that can be manageable, step by step. I believe we can do well.
Yeah, it's a nice approach to the chaos that we live
Yes.
in and the busyness that we're surrounded by. You also have another framework called the 5R, which is
Yes.
more applicable to our learning methodology and our approach to lifelong learning. Would you mind stepping us through the 5R
Okay,
framework?
yes, the 5R framework is because saying about 4S is easy. All right. Learning it and applying requires some real application, real learning. And also with the fast changing world, we have AI, we have social media, we have lots of things in this world, right? The next thing is we need to really upskill ourselves, right? So the 5R model is a model of upskilling. So first, we must really learn. We must learn skills that transform to outcomes. All right.
Mhm.
I think that is very, very important. The focus is really learn the skills and apply in our life that produce outcomes. So the first thing is real learning. The second one is real facilitating. The facilitator must facilitate real learning in class. What you mean by that? First, number one, you see, there are a lot of things you can find from ChatGPT. You can Google. There's no point coming to the classroom, the facilitator repeats those things, right? So the real facilitating will go beyond AI. When the participants come together or the learner come in your class, it's important that they share real experience. So we have to use real learning pedagogy now. So which means that when you come to class, we must set a learning contract. So you are clear what skills you are learning, how you're going to apply it, how you're going to achieve outcome. That contract will make every learner committed. The facilitator has to set that. Then throughout the whole learning program, you must have program activities that share experience that cannot be found on social media or through ChatGPT. Because you can find those answers. You have the activity for them to share. And then finally, you must have an action plan where they commit to apply in their life. And the action plans must be real. So it has to be real facilitation using a real method pedagogy. All right. So you have real learning, you have real facilitation. The next thing is we need the real learner. The real learning can only has produce result if the person is really learning, is willing to learn. So you need the real learner. All right. And fourthly, you need to apply. There must be real application. The skill must be applied. The real learner will apply. And then once you apply, you will achieve your real outcome. But the beautiful part of this model is you let the learner to decide whether they are ready to learn or not. They decide. So after going through the course or their learning experience or learning journey that you have created, they will have to decide whether they want to apply or not. Sometimes it can be applied immediately. Sometimes it may take a while for them to apply, but it's okay. But we give our learner the autonomy to decide how they're going to apply, when they're going to apply. So the community will offer an environment to support their application. So after their classroom training or mentoring, if they still, when they apply, they have questions, they can go to the community, ask the question, the facilitator can answer them, or the rest of the classmates can support them. So with an ecosystem like this, a framework like this, people can really learn. They are not pressurized to learn. They know what they need to learn, and they are supported. and you respect them to learn naturally, comfortably. And I think this is something that we want to advocate for in the current new world, that you really learn. Yes.
And I think you're touching on something very highly important here. We've all been in a scenario, I'm sure, where we attend a training. At the moment of the training, it's all clear. We feel great. We walk outside the door. We're back in the real world of our busyness. And within a day, a week, 2 weeks, the learning has been forgotten, at best parked, and we're back into the normal mode. And there is no real outcome or application of that learning. And for me, the community that you're running really is the missing piece of that jigsaw, that puzzle that says, where's the support after the initial learning? I can be the motivated learner, but regardless, I'm still going to be consumed by my life outside of this classroom or this training.
Yes.
What's missing is I need that ongoing support. And from what I can see, that's what your community of learning and upskilling is really bringing to the table.
Yeah. One of the things I want to add on, the latest in the industry, is something called skill first.
Yes.
Yes. Skill first is a movement. All right. So the training that we conduct, it has to be focused on skill.
Right.
The moment you master the skill, all right, you have it for your life. And after the course, you got all your fundamental, the skills that you need. After that, the community will offer you the environment to practice your skills.
Right.
So it has to be on skills. Otherwise, you are learning something very vague. Yes. So I just want to focus, of course, skills, couple attitudes, couple mindset, and these are things that will be covered in the course, but it is skill focused.
Right. Right. So we have to attend with the intent of learning and acquiring those skills, and look for opportunity to apply after the learning, and should that be in place, then the community really is a great supporting avenue for everybody. One of the things I know to be the case for me and my own journey is that things that are worthwhile take time to evolve. And I'm sure in your case, it's a 10-year journey. You've been building this community of learning, you've been building a tribe, and it's a marathon, right? We're not in a sprint, we're in a marathon. Has there been a significant challenge that you've had to overcome during that marathon, whether that's conflict, whether it's in improving the support? Is there anything that comes to mind during this 10-year period that is a learning that other people can take away who might be contemplating setting up a community like yours?
The challenge is handle the VUCA world.
Yeah.
It's really volatile. It's really uncertain and complex and ambiguous. You will have a hard debate among our team. What is right and what is wrong? It's very, very ambiguous. And now we have BANI, which is brittle. Things break so easily. Relationship, including one of the major part, breaks so easily.
Yeah.
All right. People are so anxious. How do you gonna handle a community with a lot of anxious people? They're so eager to find out what's next. And the best part is non-linear. Whatever your past experience, you can't bring it forward. You thought that in the past you attend the business school, management school, and you thought this work. No, it doesn't work. As we covered the course.
Yeah.
And a lot of things are incomprehensible. You just imagine we now have ChatGPT. It's never happened in the last 10 years. You have something that you can talk to and give you advice. So it's incomprehensible world that we are facing. So the big challenge is can you get everybody on the same page given these two and the new BANI definition?
Mm.
There's lots of emotion involved in the community.
Yeah.
So we have to handle the emotion. We have to be purposeful, very clear of which direction we are heading. We are going to have to come up with a program that everybody feel happy about.
Mm.
That's a huge challenge because they look at the program on all angles. And building trust is one of the most difficult things to do. To win over the trust of the members of the community. So if you ask me one challenge, this is a huge challenge that we are facing. Yes.
Yeah. I've recently joined the community, so I can speak with my own thoughts around it. One of the things that I can see is I join and I see the community as it is today.
Yeah.
I don't have any prior knowledge of all the challenges and the iterations and the evolution that has gone on in the conversations. And therefore I can come in and it's a very dynamic environment. And the risk is that I take you back to day one with a challenge that you already dealt with 10 years ago. So I can understand what you mean. It's an extremely complex
Yes.
environment dealing with people because everyone is unique. We all have our own needs and our expectations. And therefore I can imagine the challenge of community. Now, you might call yourself a glutton for punishment in that regard, because you don't just have one community, you have several communities that you're
Yes.
so you've created this ecosystem of communities. You have the LSE group, I believe. LSE is an acronym as well, right? Stands for Learn,
Share and excel together community. Yes.
right? Learn, share, and excel together. And then you have another one, the community of community leaders. What's the role of those smaller communities? You know, is there some strategy that brings all three together?
Because I've been through a rough patch to build the community, I thought maybe I should start a course to help all of my kakis to be blessed as me. I started a course called Community Learning for Personal Development.
Okay.
The intent of the course is to share with all my kakis how to really learn, share, and excel together. So it's a 2 days program. I really liked the experience. I've done 8 classes. And my intent, I started with a very kind intent because I'm blessed. So I asked myself, can I do more to help my people? All right, that is my pure intention. So they can come together, they can learn, and they be blessed. And I noticed that a lot of people join a lot of community. They are very quiet and they are not maximize their time spent there. So I feel that a lot of them are lonely, as I shared before, lonely. So, but they join a community, they are still very lonely because they do not know how to join a community and really learn in a community and develop themselves. So the title of the course is Community Learning the community for personal development, master the art of learning, how you going to sharing and excelling together in a community. So this is something I started, and then after the course, they will join the LSE community. These are all the graduates of the 2 program. I'm so happy, all right, to have them in the community, and they can be supported in their learn, share, excel journey. That's why it's called Learn, Share, Excel journey. We organize a lot of events for them to come together, to connect with us so that they really can do social learning, right? They learn how to do social learning. They know how to share on social media. They can collaborate together and do well. So we have that RSC community for all our graduates for the program. And then I feel that since I built a community, I would like to give, as you know, it's not easy. So I started a community building and leadership course. I want to help others to build communities.
Right.
Because if they can build a community, they have their own network. And in these two courses, I share with them the template. They will develop a community learning plan. They know how to join a community and how to go about doing social learning with a plan. And they are supported. Same for community building and leadership. They will have a plan. All right, which I put it, I give them all of them a template. They can plan it out and they start building the community. And then after they finish the course, they join the community of community leaders to support one another to build community, and I support them to build their community. So I'm quite happy. We have about 15 communities now. They are growing. Some of them already have a community, but they want to join us so that they can be supported as well. We have done about 5, I think I'm going for my 6th class of community of building leadership course. We are going to go through the next phase of growing these small little communities that we have. Each of them have are specialized in one topic. For example, community of inner peace. We have community for retirement. All right. We have authentic women's Asia. All right. We have supporting parenting Singapore. These are the new communities that we build. We hope to grow, and each of them serve a function in the society. We want to grow that. But I told all the community that let's be patient. You have just finished the course. You are still in year 1. I'm year 10. All right. Let me guide you step by step. There's no rush. So if you ask me what are the rest of the community development course, we have the community of community leaders community for all people who attend the course, and so that they are supported after the course. And these communities, they can join. I do not charge a fee, and I do it happily, and I'm happily connecting with them, and they bless me in return.
Very
and that's
nice.
something I love it.
So that's with the Singapore Management University, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes,
right.
The course are held at Singapore Management University Academy, SMU Academy. Yes.
SMU Academy. Now, in addition to that, you're also involved actively with the Institute of Adult Learning, I believe, the Singapore Institute of Adult Learning. There's so many things. There's something of interest that I was reading about. It's this tripartite or whatever project that you're working on with the education union as well as the corporations within Singapore. What's that all about? I mean, what's the purpose behind that arrangement?
I actually love how the union in Singapore works. The term tripartite, I learned it from the union. All right. So it's an interesting model. All right. It includes tri means 3. The employer, the employee, which they term as workers, and the last one is the government. They believe in a tripartite relationship. Everybody will benefit from having this relationship. I love the model. I adopted the model of what I'm doing now. We have a program to help the employer to upskill the business.
Right.
Where we are able to upskill the employer or the corporates or the company to do well in the business, we then can tell them to treat their employee fairly well or treat them well. Right? So first thing, you get the employer to do well. Secondly, we have a training upskilling program to help the employee or the workers to upskill themselves,
Mm.
real upskilling, so that they can help the company or the employer to do well.
Right.
All right, so we need two programs. One program to upskills the organization or the corporates, one upskill program to help the workers. You have to have two programs. And the
Okay.
beautiful part is, in Singapore, we have very beautiful initiatives.
Yeah.
With lots of support from the government. So what I did was I look at all the wonderful government schemes and I helped to bring all this to the employer, to the to workers. I explained to them how can they take up those schemes and really upskill for the workers. So I'm doing an informal tripartite in our community, because in our community there are a lot of I'm bringing in corporate members from my community now. All right, so COL have ordinary members that you see in our community. We are beginning to take in corporate members as a new vision for 2030. We are now working very closely with corporation. We collaborate with them. We understand their businesses, and we tell them, look, how can COL bless you? How can all my community bless you? How can the government scheme help you? And we have real conversation. And I bring them to take up those government schemes. They benefit from it. This government scheme, including program by the union. Union do have a lot of meaningful programs.
Yeah.
I bring all these existing programs to them and also bring it to their employee. So this is the tripartite that I talk about. I learned it from, not from me, I learned it from the union. And I thought this is good. And I apply it in my community and apply to what I want to do for the next 10 years. So I joined the union, by the way. I'm an active union member. I'm very active with Education Service Union. I like to say all the union leaders there are lovely. They are very kind. They are very helpful. They are very eager to help. I have a very enjoyable relationship with them, and we are working together. I met many employers. They are very eager to upskills, and of course, I come across many friends from the government sectors as well. They are working hard to get the scheme up, helping everybody. I thought it will be wonderful if all these kind intention effort can really come together. I think we will be able to build a wonderful ecosystem for Singapore.
Yeah, very nice. And a great segue, by the way. I mean, we're getting close to running out of time, but you've recently released for the COL, the Community of Learning and Upskilling, a updated 5-year mission and vision set of statements. One of those is you talk about going global together. What does going global mean from a practical sense?
Okay, after we build a successful ecosystem in Singapore, we also hope to share our ecosystem with our friends in the world, right? So that they will have a very good system as well. So that's meant by going global. That's one way, one angle. The second angle is to bring our adult educators in Singapore. They have a lovely program, all right? And I hope we can actually bring their program or their teaching or their experience to benefit the rest of the world.
Right.
And yes, that's what we mean by going global. Yes.
Very nice. And in full disclosure, and to that point, Steven, excited to announce that you and I, or our companies, are in discussion at the moment about exactly that, about a collaboration to expand the community reach, if you like, to the MNC world, and look at how we can cooperate in that regard. Is there something that you would look back at let's say 5, 10 years from now, with our new partnership or with any of the collaboration arrangements you have, what's the story you hope to be telling 5, 10 years from now about the journey, about the collaboration, about going global, about local? Is there a story you wish to be sharing?
I like to share the story of trust and
Trust.
sincerity.
Right.
When I first met you, Wayne, I feel your sincerity and your trust when we first met. And I really look forward to you to learn together with you. Though you have a very impressive corporate journey, you have built your channel your channel to 45K of subscriber within a year and a year plus, and you have a few hundred. I think you have 100 plus podcasts, and you are a very experienced and established coach. Yet you are so humble, and you are willing to share your experience with everybody. I think this is a beautiful story that we met, and we must thank our very, very good friend. I should pronounce his name correctly, Nazil, to bring us together, because I met Nazil in the AE mentoring program. We
Mhm.
talk about how to be a speaker, how can we collaborate to do well. And Nazil actually connected the two of us, and he believed that we can collaborate. And we are very happy to connect with Nazil. I want to thank Nazil for his trust, his sincerity in getting all of us to come together. And I thought maybe far down the road, when we look back, we always remember this beautiful moment. We met, we
Yeah.
connected from different part of the world. All right. And we all have different perspective in life. We are all from different culture, but yet we bind ourselves together. We come together because of trust. We believe that every one of us has that sincerity and the kindness for everyone in the world.
Well, thank you for that, firstly, and I share those sentiments in our communication as well. Is there a good place to be able to connect with you? Like, if people want to continue the conversation that they've listened to today, where's the best place for people to be able to connect and find out more about what you're doing with your communities?
Yep. I think once we are active on social media, including you, we are all very visible. All right, you definitely can find me on LinkedIn.
Right.
LinkedIn, you can search Steven Koh, Community of Learning. You
Mhm.
can also search me on Facebook, Community of Learning Singapore. You will definitely be able to connect with me because we already put ourselves out there. Yeah, so I welcome anyone who share the same passion and belief to connect with me. I'll be happy to have that conversation with you. Yes.
We'll definitely put the links in the show notes as always. But as a closing comment, perhaps, is there anything we haven't spoken about today, or is there any closing message you would like to leave with our audience?
Well, I think it's all started from ourselves. His favorite quote is, if you want to change the world, start from yourself. All right? Start for ourselves. Be loving, be kind, be patient, be gentle to one another. Start join community and embrace the diversity. For organizations, start building your community for your staff. Start building community for your customer as well. Through your community, show care for your internal customer. Show care for your external customer. All right. By taking good care of your internal customer engagement index, by growing your customer satisfaction index, you will be able to build a sustainable business, one that really bless people that cross path with you. So it's about individual doing our doing our part, organization doing their part. Yes.
Well, Stephen, great conversation. Thank you so much for being a guest on the ET project. Look forward to our collaboration. Look forward to staying in contact, of course, and working closely. But for today, all the best, and enjoy the remainder of your day.
Yes. Thank you so much, Wayne, and welcome to Singapore.
So what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button below and click on the bell icon so I can pop up in your feed occasionally with a great tip for your ultimate growth.